Balaji Vittal. I have to say, I don't spot either of them here, so I'm going to call their names again, and also hope one of the volunteers will quickly run and fetch them, I think, from the library. Call them. Okay, I can see Neelofar rushing.
All those who want to have dinner over here, so they have to buy the coupon, and please buy it right now. Okay, please.
Okay, in the meantime, I have a quick but very important announcement. Anybody who's staying back for dinner at the club, please purchase your dinner coupons now. And please come back quickly for the session, because the club needs to know the head count. They need to know how many people are eating, so they prepare dinner accordingly. I'm not sure if all of you know, but we've tried to keep the ecological footprint of this event to the minimum. We're measuring the food waste every day and hoping every day the waste will go down. And we know you'll all join us in making that possible. So please purchase your coupons now if you can. And that's also one of the reasons why we've not made plastic bottles as readily available as some of us would have preferred. But the reason is, again, to keep our plastic footprint to the minimal. There are water dispensers everywhere if you just take a look that side where I'm pointing. Also inside, indoors. So please use the paper cups, which are going to be recycled. We have arrangements to do that as well. ये कुब्रा साइट का है? Where is कुब्रा साइट? जी, okay. Okay. Kushwant is fine. Okay. Okay, cool.
You and I can start talking.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay, good. Can I ask you to sing a song?
Me?
How are we going to start? What are we going to talk about?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I was actually trying to ask the first question to her.
Okay. Is there a song from her movie or something that you can sing?
Wait, let me just keep them reveal different stories.
Okay. Okay. Kubbra is fashionably late. we're hoping only fashionably late and not too late. But in the meantime, I can trust Balaji to come up with something to keep you all entertained. And I'm going to hand the mic over to him now.
Yeah, hi everyone. I was fashionably early. Fashionably early, unfashionably early, whatever, but early. Okay. Which was Kubbra's first film that she acted in? Can someone tell me? I'm sorry? No, Secret Games was an OTT. Feature film, yeah. Okay. You're almost there. Almost there. Okay. We'll wait for her to say that, okay? Okay, now whether this is the right answer or not, even I don't know. I mean, I'll have to check with her. And I hope that's the right answer. Okay, what does Kubbra mean? Can someone tell me? Ah, no, that's that's not done. Google Maharaj, huh? What does it mean? Oh, cobra. Nahin. I know she has green eyes, but that doesn't make her a cobra. Okay. Okay, one more question. What percentage of the people in this world have green eyes? I know you can pick any number from 1 to 99, but I want one answer. What percentage of people, approximately, plus or minus 1%, what percentage of people in the world are known to have green eyes? No, you just missed the, huh? No, you're missing it by 1%, because I said I'll give you a 1% leeway, but you're missing that. Oh God, this Google will kill people like me. Yeah, it's 2% actually. Name two people with the same last name who have green eyes. Two people with the same last name that have green eyes. I need names of two people with the same last name that have green eyes. Green. Oh, it's got to be green. It can't be blue. Blue is disqualified now. No, that's blue. That's bluish. No. No, it's got to be green. That's the rule. It's a trick question, okay? Huh? No, that's why I said you have to read the book. You have to read Kubbra's book. Now, that's a hint. Anyone trying? You're close. You're almost there. Kubbra and her dad. Both of them have green eyes. So, okay, talking of green eyes, can we talk about people with odd shoe sizes? Which Bollywood character, I mean, not the man, not the actor, but the Bollywood actor, not the actor, I mean the character would wear two different sizes of shoes, one on each feet? What's the name of the character? What was he called? I think you got the name of the actor right. But what was he called in the film? That's again Googling. You can't do that. That's not fair. That doesn't sound like fair. Anyone trying? His name was Shakal, Ajit in Yadav Ki Barat. Okay, in which film did Amitabh Bachchan have blue eyes? Satya Pe Satta. Satya Pe Satta, yes. Now what do we do? Wait. Sing a song. Can anyone sing out here? I don't. Any good singers out here? Or any singers out here? Any singer. Good, bad, ugly, anything. Anything goes. What follows what? No, because we need to pass time. Time pass. So then, it's a good old term called time pass. Sure, come on. आ जाइए. कोई भी. If I can't sing, I'll hum along with you. ठीक है? You start off. Anything. Preferably an old one. नए गानों में से मुझे कुछ आता नहीं है ना. तुम आ गए, You can use the same. You can start off. You sing in any pitch.
Okay, in anticipation of Kubbra coming. तुम आ गए हो, नूर आ गया है, नहीं तो चरागों से लौ जा रही थी, जीने की तुमसे वजह मिल गई है, बड़ी बेवजह जिंदगी जा रही थी, तुम आ गए हो, नूर आ गया है.
Lovely. That was amazing. Ah, she's here.
And she's here. And Kubbra is here.
Oh my God, really? You guys? I thought she was joking.
Fashionably late. Welcome. Please give her a big hand.
Good evening, everybody. I sincerely apologize. I genuinely swear I didn't know you all were waiting. I swear. I was like, I'll have chai and come. That's the only reason. I mean, you're in the mountains here. Good evening, kind sir.
Hi.
If I know, sir. How are you?
Good.
Come on now, let's chit chat.
Yes.
I'll sit here. What?
Yeah, please.
Anybody else wants to join? There's lots of space. Ji. I got books. Yeah, I got books. Hey, we got free books. Huh?
Yeah.
So fun.
Okay, the good news is I'm going to be speaking very, very less because I'm sure you want to hear Kubbra speak, right?
I don't know. It's a fair warning, I believe. The fair warning has been like issued. Yeah.
Kubbra, my first question is, writing a book is like parenting a child, right? We know the love and nurture you gave it when it was in the womb in your head. Now the book is out in the market, you know, the baby has been born and it's doing well for the last 1 year. So how has the journey with your child, with this child, been for the last 1 year? Can you share a little bit? I know we've been at Bangalore Lit Fest, but I'm sure there are other festivals you've attended.
Yeah, no, that's such a nice question, but I do believe that Open Book was more of an internal dialogue and conversation with my inner child. And, you know, we hear about these things through the internet a lot more these days. You know, talk to your inner child, have those conversations with your therapist. And I think for me, this journey started from there. So I was able to resolve so many, you know, of these issues that I thought that were bigger than what they really were in my mind. Because, like, okay, let me tell you something really, I just gain knowledge and gain, like, insight through, like, small little things. Like, earlier this afternoon, while I was on my way to Kasauli, I was watching Oh My God 2. And he said, you can only face the problem, you can only solve the problem by accepting that you've been through a problem.
Okay.
And I feel like all these issues that we spoke about, once I accepted them fully, wholly, for how they took place in my life, without giving them a rosy tinted flavor and said, you know, maybe it was my fault. No, the idea was, look, this is how clinically it happened. There was nothing that I could have done otherwise. And I still say this, if I didn't have the existing knowledge that I have about me and the way I could tackle a problem today, I think I would be still dealt the same cards, and probably without realization, I would have acted the same way. So if you are going through something, please look at it and be like, oh my God, what have I learned from this situation? So that when a similar situation, because it will keep coming back to you until you've not learned it. So that was one process of dealing with my inner child. And that's how this book came into its physical being as a part of me. But I remember when I hit that last send button, and it was about this one little chapter, one little like paragraph about my cat and me wearing like really tight fitted jeans. When I wrote that and I hit send, I said, this is not mine anymore. It's yours. Whoever reads the material inside this, whoever feels whatever they do when they read a story, an incident, an episode, this becomes theirs. To understand if we can take something from this. I honestly believe we don't have to go through everything ourselves. We have so many sources of inspiration, learning, and I do believe that not all your inspirations, not all your idols are 100% perfect. And some of the people I value a lot are in this book. My family, for example. But to paint them in the light that they were for me makes this book my truth and not anyone else's. And I think the last summation for this, honestly guys, I know you are all so amazing and this is my first book. Writing the book was the easiest thing. Selling the book is the hardest. So that is something that I'm still carrying with me a year later. So I believe if you want to tell your story, please tell your story. If you think people are going to buy your story, I don't know how easy that is.
Well, talking about stories, there are a lot of stories in this book. I went through this book and I loved it. One of the stories is, and that's an audience question, and anyone that answers correctly will get a sort of a gift copy from Kubbra. Kubbra has a hashtag. Hashtag something, right? What's special about it? I'm not talking about what the hashtag says. It can be Balaji Vittal, whatever. That's not my question. My question is, what is special or different about the way that Kubbra has done something special with that hashtag?
Oh, that's a nice question.
Even I can put a hashtag, right? What did she do? She created a hashtag. I'm not asking you what the hashtag is, but what did she do with it? Because, okay, a hint is she said, it's not my own, it's yours. In this case, it was her own.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Balaji. Ooh, that's so cool.
Stories like these are in this book. So anyone taking a guess? You can work it out. You don't have to know it.
She made a plaque and then she made a frame out of it and now it's in her living room. No, it isn't. No, so what happened was, I'm talking about like about 10 years ago when we were still getting acquainted to the internet. Trust me, I still am. I am so terrible with Instagram even now. In fact, I was speaking to Jill and I said, Jill, until last week we were struggling for content. This week we will have so much content, we don't know what to do with it. So I started my career in Mumbai as a host. And I always used to say, Arey yaar, what a great, life I have. I get paid to talk. And what a great profession where you get paid to talk. But I felt that was so close to my heart as a, वो कहते हैं ना तकिया कलाम जो भी है ऐसे बोलते हैं ना like हाँ this is associated with you takallus. I say very y'all are only intelligent people. I'm not that. But I'm saying, that feeling of attachment and that significance of what you are doing through your work that reaches people, I wanted to make sure that that is trademarked and registered to me. I felt like I was a brand, and how McDonald's says, I'm loving it, and no other brand can use it as a hashtag. I said, I'm Kubbra Sait, hashtag paid to talk. So I went to an IP lawyer at that point and I went through the entire process of registering and trademarking this hashtag. Back in the day when nobody thought it was possible, back in the day when they said paid to talk is too generic, I said, but I've been having a website, I've had an address, I've had my invoicing, and for the last as many years I've been doing this, and the process was long. It was 7 years. I had to wait for 7 years until someone put up their hand and said, no, this is our hashtag. This is our line. We use it. And when they didn't, and we got like an approval and a green signal from the legalities of it, I actually got registered, yeah. And I felt that I was a legit brand, not doing something because it's fun. The other thing, that we get to hear a lot, I get to hear a lot as well, is I am an aspiring author. I am an aspiring actor. I am an aspiring so-and-so. I don't think there's anything called aspiring to do so. I believe if you're doing, you are. Now, where you are in the spectrum of doing what you love to do is really up to you. And making sure that you strengthen that bond with what you do is really not up to anyone else. That's the reason why I chose to trademark this hashtag, and trust me, I feel damn powerful with it. Yay, hi.
So from promoting shows,
Yeah.
then you were ready for the big game.
Oof.
Ready. Were you
I
dancing,
was head made.
Were you dancing Dhinka Chika when the news came that you've been selected for the film?
No, I didn't know Dinka Chika was in it, but I do remember, I was like, what? I've come to Mumbai like 3 days ago. Then I went to one, construction site sort of a thing. And someone said, ये construction site में नहीं, दूसरे construction site पे एक और audition हो रहा है. वहाँ पे आप मिल लो, वहाँ पे जो casting director है. I went there. He said, आप एक काम करना, ठीक लग रहे हो आप? Okay. मेड का रोल है, सलमान खान की फिल्म है. आप आ जाना, माड़ा में है घर. तो मैं चली गई वहाँ पे. तो वहाँ पे एक नीला कलर का गेट था. मैं नीले कलर के गेट को मैंने खोला, मैं अंदर गई. और मेड का रोल था साहब. तो मैं ऐसा सलवार कमीज पहन के गई थी, जो शायद बहुत पुराना सलवार कमीज था. शायद माय मम हैड गिवन दैट टू मी व्हेन आई वाज गोइंग टू दुबई 5 years बिफोर दैट. ऐसे ये करेक्ट है. इसमें मैं मेड लगूंगी. तो मैं पहन के गई. तो द कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर केम अप टू मी एंड ही सेड, ये पहनना है? मैंने कहा हाँ. आपने कहा था मेड है ना, मेड का रोल है. हॉट मेड मैडम, हॉट मेड. तो मैंने कहा सर है मेरे पास बैग. क्योंकि तब हम जब ऑडिशन में जाते थे ना, हमारे पास हर चीज हुआ करती थी. झुमके, एक बिंदी, काजल, एक कुर्ता, हाउसवाइफ लुक. हाँ, फिर एक व्हाइट शर्ट, ब्लैक पैंट, कॉर्पोरेट लुक. और ऐसे करके मेरे पास उस बैग में LBD भी था भाई साहब, लिटिल ब्लैक ड्रेस. तो फिर मैंने LBD पहना और फिर मैं वेट करती रही कुछ 3 घंटे, 3.5 घंटे में ऐसे ऐसे ऐसे. और ये जो नंबर है ना, ये बदलता रहता है दिमाग के हिसाब से, बिकॉज टाइम इज सच अ रिलेटिव थिंग ना. आपको पता नहीं चलता आप कितनी देर वेट कर रहे थे, जब आपकी भूख कितनी ज्यादा होती है. आप बस वेट कर रहे थे और मैं वेट कर रही थी, बस पैर ऊपर नीचे ऊपर. और मुझे लगा था अब आएंगे भाई, डायरेक्टर साहब आएंगे. और फिर ऐसे होता है ना, सुना है हमने इंटरव्यूज में. तो फिर आपको बुलाएंगे कमरे में, फिर आपको स्क्रिप्ट दी जाएगी, फिर आपके साथ डिस्कस करेंगे. मैंने कहा वाह, ऐसा होता है ना. अब एक्टर बनने आए हम लोग, पता है ऐसे होता है. मगर मैं बैठी थी, हलचल हुई. अब जब हलचल होती है, आपको पता है कि समवन इंपॉर्टेंट हैज हर्ट. जैसे मैं आई, हलचल हुई, सबको पता था कि मैं आ गई. तो ऐसे ही कुछ हुआ था जब मैं इस मकाम पे नहीं थी, टच वुड. बट अनीस सर आए, उन्होंने ऐसे पैन किया. वहां पे कुछ 3-4 लड़कियां बैठी थी मेड के लिए. हाँ सर, okay, that's it. And that's how I got my first job, because I was sitting in that room for God knows how many hours. When I went back home at 6:30, I got a call, तुम्हारे पास passport है? Would you like to come to Thailand, because you've been finalized to Thailand and Sri Lanka we were shooting in, and would you like to play the maid in the film Ready? And I remember even then the way I play with my mind. There were 2 maids, Naina, Sunena, but I had the apron, so I said I'm the head maid. And that's how I ended up doing that part.
Excellent. Now, being a Bangalorean, riding
Yes.
a bike is easy for you.
Ji?
Riding a bike is easy for you,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
But I remember the first appearance that you made,
Yeah.
you were wearing a sari,
Yeah.
and you hopped onto Salman Khan's bike.
Hayabusa.
How difficult is that? How difficult is to hop onto a bike with a sari? Was it done in one take, or did you trip? And do you remember that?
I believe when you are in and under pressure, you do things that you never. Imagine a tiger is chasing you. You don't know if you took 1 take, 2 takes, or you tripped over your sari. You ran. And I do believe when you're in a frame with Salman Khan, you do not have the luxury of take 2, take 3, take 4. So you better do what you're asked to do and go done out, whether you ride the bike or not. And no, I did not ride the bike. I just sat on it, and then if you realize, and I've seen that scene a few times, oh wow, let there be light. And then the frame moves. I don't. So that's how that was shot. I do not think I have the capacity in me to, ride a... Yeah, man, some 300 kilos that bike is, yeah. God forbid it falls on you, khatam. मेरा तो career खत्म हो जाता यार. इसी से तो... हाँ यार, अभी तो शुरू भी नहीं हुआ था. सोचो.
Okay, audience question. This time it's going to be a very easy question.
Yeah, simply you're asking them what does hashtag mean and all.
Okay. After Ready, Kubbra acted in another film with Salman. What was her screen name in that? Giveaway.
Yeah, this is a giveaway.
This is a giveaway. Okay, I'll tell you the name of the film as well. Sultan.
I love you so much. Thank you.
What was Kubbra's screen name in Sultan? It's easy.
I love you. That is correct. Thank you.
Big hand for this
One
lady.
book for you. Then I signed one, you gift it to your friend. No, this is what I'm doing. I'm telling you, it's really hard to sell books. So I tell people, listen, I'll give you one, but make me a promise. We'll buy and gift one. तो ऐसे तो आगे तो बढ़ेगी ना कहानी. वरना यहीं तक सीमित रह जाएगी भाई. आगे तो बढ़नी चाहिए ना. तो मैं कहती हूँ कि नो प्रॉब्लम, आप ऐसा फीलिंग कर रहे हो तो नो प्रॉब्लम, आपको एक फ्री में किताब दे दूंगी, मगर प्रॉमिस कीजिएगा, पिंकी प्रॉमिस, कि आप एक और खरीदेंगे जरूर. Amazon पे अवेलेबल है, बुक स्टोर्स में अवेलेबल है, यहाँ पे अवेलेबल है. हाँ, हमारे कौन है, who's the partner? They tagged me.
Full Circle.
Full Circle. And they tagged me. I was so proud. So proud. Thank you guys.
And by the way, talking of Sultan, did you read about mixed martial arts and did you study a little bit about, because that's what your role demanded, right? Did आपने कुछ उसके बारे में कुछ?
No sir, you follow script.
That's it.
Yeah. Also, I think just before that, I had hosted Kabaddi. That was my first live experience commentating.
Okay.
And I was commentating for like Surinder Chawla. Everyone was like that only. Sanjay Tripathi. Now I can't tell the difference between the two because they all look the same. To me, it's my first time. You know, at least like when you're watching a sport that's established, you know who's who. There also, I don't know very well. Here though, everybody looked the same. Everyone looked like strong, greasy, amazing. And the sport did really well. I heard it was a hit amongst the women audience who were watching it on TV. Because it is India's best and most incredible contact sport.
Excellent.
And it continues to grow. So I think I had that.
Yeah.
So the commentating came to me easily. और फिर मुझे क्या बोलना था? और वहाँ सुल्तान ने लगाई मतलब blah blah. Easy. Very smart I am. So not intelligent, smart.
Wrestling is a sport.
Yeah.
But life is not a game.
Life
is sacred.
Death.
Life is sacred.
It's not a game.
It's not a game.
That's it. I'll cry now.
Sacred game.
Tell me.
Tell us about Cuckoo.
I love that character. Honestly, I don't think I would be here this afternoon. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that iconic part that came my way. I don't even know. I think this is where I've been such a firm believer of destiny. And you think you have everything in control, and you really think you know in which direction you're going. Sometimes let the universe play its part. You know? You try to control everything, you're not letting the universe do its part. And I feel that's what happened when Sacred Games happened to me. It was a closed room where Ankur Tiwari and Anurag Kashyap were with like a few other close people of the industry. They were sitting and chit-chatting, and Anurag was like, I'm not finding this character. We've been finding and auditioning people for the last 6 months. It's where I'm stuck. I don't know how to move forward. And that's when Ankur said, I know someone who will do a fantastic job. And Ankur had met me all of 2 times before this. And he recommended me to Anurag Kashyap. He called me and he said, listen, Koobs, there's like this frontal nudity scene. But if there is someone in the world who can do it, it's you. So do not question yourself. And I want you to go there and give a great audition. And that's what I attempted to do. For everyone in this room, let me tell you, I took a mega dump on my first audition because we didn't have the knowledge at this point about what is it to channel the emotion of a third gender that you're not aware of. So I went and hammed through that audition. So I didn't get a call back. And then about 5-6 days later, I got a call from Anurag Kashyap. Now, I didn't know it was Anurag Kashyap because he said, hi, this is Anurag. So I said, hey, what's up, Anurag? Then I know 3 days later, or a couple of minutes later, I was like, oh God, I spoke to Kashyap and I didn't call him sir. Then I said, too late, now you're Anurag only. So you stay. Then he asked me, did you go audition? I said, yes. So we auditioned the second time. Because this time around, I had a script. I had an idea. He called me and he said, it's not about your physicality. It's about this character and how she feels. It's not about how she looks, who she is, or what her body, allows. It's not her anatomy. It's how she feels. And that was more than enough. That was ammunition for me. So I took that, finished this audition, and I truly have come to believe when you do a shit audition, you know. When you do a great audition, you know. So when I did this audition, I was like, Now even if I don't get the part, I'm happy because I did a good audition. I went home, 7:30 I was called back in. They said, Anurag, so he said, Vikram and I would like to see you in whatever. Then they told me I was a shit dancer. And I said, yes, I am. And yeah, that's how Cuckoo happened for me. And I don't know, I think I've had this obsession of being of dressing up like a boy or whatever. And then I had done that little bit for like an acting course as well. So then I sent them the pictures and then they were convinced. And then we did like look tests. I was planted with a fake beard, You take like this sponge and you take black and green paint and then you sprinkle some alcohol-ish thingy for makeup, and then you dab it, and it looks like a beard. I didn't know that. That's so cool. And literally the makeup, the eyebrows, the lips, the liner on the lips, the hair wig came on. I had nothing to do but to feel the lines and be Cuckoo.
Excellent.
And that's how it happened, honestly. Yeah. And that frontal nudity scene that everyone talks about, I think the greatest opportunity. I must have let go of a lot of baggage that day. It felt personal. I don't know what personal, but it felt super personal because I was broken by the end of it. I remember walking that day. Oh, by the way, guys, I know this is out there on the internet, but that scene was shot on the first day. For anyone who's watched the show, that scene, as challenging as it was shot on the first day. It was the last scene. I remember walking in like this into the first day, like onto the set and everything. And I said, oh, we're going to kill it. And then I sat down and I said, hey, mixed nuts, anyone? That was my, I have candor and I joke about a lot of things. And everyone laughed. By the night, when that scene was over, they literally had to peel me off the floor. And they said, do you want a car? And I said, yes, I want a car. Send me home. I can't walk. And yeah, but it's the greatest outcome of any work that I've done. It's given me hope and it's given me courage to continue on this path. And it made me feel so connected to what I do. And that's awesome.
That was awesome. That was an awesome performance.
Thank you.
In fact, there's a big description about that scene, how it was enacted in the book. So I found it fascinating.
You're very kind. Thank you.
Now, even Amitabh Bachchan, for him it took years to come out with that angry young man avatar. In fact, in one radio show, he said, Janmantar ke liye mere mathe pe likh diya gaya angry young man. Main aur bahut kuch kar sakta hu. If it had been a theatrical release, the role of Cuckoo, would it have typecast you in roles like that? Was there a risk that you ran and you took the risk willingly and consciously?
See, I honestly believe when Cuckoo came to me, it was work or no work. It wasn't about, oh my God, now I'm going to go make an impact and change the world. Rubbish. I don't think anybody starts out with that as an intention. You just want to do the littlest and do it well. And be honest to the process that you follow. So I believe that was a motivating factor for me. Just there, it was like, and honestly, yeah, come on, when you live in a city like Mumbai where you're a migrant, and you have bills to pay and house rent to pay and electricity to take care of, you're looking at money or no money. This came to me with a small but significant amount of money. And I said, I will do it for money at that time. But I didn't know how it was going to evolve me into a person. I didn't know what it's going to do for me or for the community. Because I think the real impact of it, actually, because at first it was novelty. The country, the world had never seen anything like that on an Indian show. So it was like, wow factor. Oh my God, I couldn't recognize you. You were that person, blah, blah, blah. All of that happened. But I do believe it was when Section 377 was written off, when Nawazuddin Siddiqui / Ganesh Gaitonde and Kubbra Sait / Kukku became poster children of the movement. I don't think you can write that. You cannot script that. You cannot hope for that. And all of a sudden, the community just embraced us. And I'm still so grateful because of that one conversation that took place in the mind of Anurag Kashyap, who was so sure that this story needs to be told. And when I spoke to him, I remember when I got this part, I went and bought the book, Sacred Games. And it's interesting because it's got a glossary of all the characters. And I said, "Isme to Kukku nahi hai." He said, "Book phek de. Just trust me." And I think it was the trust that brought me this far. Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just one question. You said you
Just one, no, 3 questions you asked?
No.
Huh.
One by one, I meant. You said you were a shit dancer, okay?
Yeah, very bad.
But in City of Life, the small role that you had...
First role.
Yeah, that
of
was
my
of a
life.
starlet. That was a Bollywood starlet dancing out there.
Yeah.
How did you... I mean, I thought you danced pretty well. So,
When you're under pressure, you do crazy things.
Achha, okay.
Also, I just had to do this. Lift one ghungat, then Sonu Sood falls in love with me in his dream. Nice, yeah. I've had a very glorious life, yeah. Sonu Sood,
Salman Khan,
Saif Ali Khan.
Saif Ali Khan, Nawazuddin Siddiqui.
Ari,
Anurag
enough,
Kashyap.
stop it, yeah. Only in real life, I'm still single, okay?
Why you single? No, I won't get into that. They can
Will I write another book? It's
Yeah.
going to be called The Dating
coming to
Chronicles of Kubbra Sait.
Yeah, and I'm coming to that as well. Sana Sheikh. I think you wrote the role yourself. It was you. It was not Sana Sheikh.
Isn't that such a fab part? So for anybody who's asking me what next, I'll tell you, go watch What's Last. If you all haven't watched What's
trial.
Last, don't ask me what's next.
What's next?
Day.
The trial.
No, that's why I said go watch Last. So the last show that I worked on was this incredible show called The Trial. It's the adaptation of The Good Wife, and most people have watched it because it was the longest running television show on American television, 7 seasons or so. So the beauty is we had so much content to condense and make it into a series, and we made it like, so The Good Wife has about 21, 23 episodes in every season, and we made the whole season in 8 episodes.
Yeah, I love
So we told the story in a very condensed form and a very quick format. And I play this private investigator who supports her firm. I got that part. I fought for that part. I did not let the ball out of my sight. I made sure that I called the casting agent, I called the director, I called the production house, but I made sure that that part doesn't go to anyone because I believed in that character so much. I saw only the first episode, the first 3 or 4 minutes of, I think the first like 15, 16 minutes of The Good Wife. I saw the appearance of this character that's called Kalinda in The Good Wife. I said, this is the part I want to play. And there was nothing that would not, so sometimes you got to fight for your destiny too. I did for this one.
She's
This was
hardworking. Yeah, she's hardworking, risk-taking, yet ambiguous, inscrutable. You can't make out what she's thinking. She's
Yeah.
here, she's there. You know, there are so many shades that come out of that character.
I love that character. It is such and it's so powerful. And for me, it shows growth. Because as we were speaking about, being stereotyped earlier, I don't think I ran that risk because the day the part was over, I removed my prosthetic penis and I put it in a box and I gave it to the production house. I never brought it back home. So yeah, sometimes you leave your job outside your house. So then you are not attached to it, so that people are not attached to what you are not attached to. So that's how I think when I was able to make the distinction, saying अब नहीं करना, तो लोगों को कैसे लगेगा कि हम करवा लेंगे? ऐसे कैसे? हम भी गुंडे हैं, ऐसे थोड़ी हम चलता है.
Talking about the third gender,
Or fourth or fifth or sixth or how many ever we have in the spectrum.
nth gender.
Yeah.
Now, that cuckoo role was set between 80s and early 90s, right? In
Yeah.
the story. Now, just a fun question. I mean, it's not a quiz, just a question for anyone. Who, according to you, actress of the 80s, could have played that role, who actually worked in the 80s? I'll rule out Sadashiv Amrapurkar because that was 1991. When
Okay.
he played that Maharani role.
Yeah.
I'll leave out that. Which actress do you think in the 1980s who worked in the 1980s could have played that role? I know, just a question popped up in my mind.
You know, we were having this conversation last evening about who are the women who revolutionized the way women were portrayed on our television, on our theatrical, you know, our 70 screens. I do believe Rekha.
Rekha, yes, of course. Okay, I have my answer in my mind.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but
No, it was not a right or wrong question. It's how we feel, right? Because Rekha single-handedly, yaar, khoon bhari maang. What are you saying? How she turned around and she said, women don't have to be abla nari. आदमी मार रहा है, पीट रहा है, वो मैं रोके सब कुछ खाना बना के चाय बना के. No, वो बदला लेगी भाई. मगर ऐसे how she spoke to horse with so much love in that film. Exactly. You know, all of those things. I think she flaming red lips, blonde tips, short hair, long hair. She did it all. She showed women how it's done back in the day. And she's fierce to look at. Yeah. Even today, gorgeous. That's why I felt like maybe. But it had never occurred to me until we didn't speak about it last evening. We were having this conversation yesterday.
Oh my God. I wasn't the fly on the wall. It was someone
No,
else. Yeah.
this is really cool. But who's your person?
Sarika, I thought.
Oh.
I thought she was a bit underutilized in the industry. They typecast her in those small roles, but I thought she had far more potential.
Sarika. Yeah, I'll have to go back to the 80s and
the
check
scene
now.
I remember,
Sarika?
she held off Ashok
Instagram
Kumar.
पे है क्या सारिका? नहीं पता है सारिका यार. एक सेकंड अभी जाके थोड़ा रिफ्रेश करना पड़ेगा मेमोरी में. I was born in the 80s, yeah.
I was born earlier.
Yeah. It shows now, Balaji.
No, it doesn't show. Okay. Now, you've spoken about a version 1 and then a version 2, which is a big game changer in your life. Tell us about the version 3, 4, V, version N. What's next? Say a commentator in a mixed martial arts, sports, getting into sports full time, or...
No. I think I'm very happy being an actor because now I've realized कि भाई साहब अभी तो शुरुआत है. This is where I am. You know, like Zakir says, my friend Zakir Khan, I don't know if you're aware of him, he says, मैं शून्य पे सवार हूँ. So literally when I came into Mumbai, I didn't want to be an actor and all, yeah. Because no one in my generations have been an actor. No one's lived in Mumbai. I had no relatives, no friends, nobody. How do you choose one day I'll become an actor? I wanted to be famous. So I came to Mumbai with this idea. Also, I wanted to do something in arts because Microsoft had fried my brains. I said, I can't do this. I can't do this for sure. I'll do something else. And I was pretty sure that if it didn't work and I failed in 6 months, I'll go find another job. Finding the job was the easiest part in my mind, which would come after 6 months if I failed. But हम तो fail होने के लिए आए नहीं थे ना. और हम इसलिए आए थे, जब हम आ रहे थे दुबई से, I used to live there, I boarded the flight and just before checking in my bags, I had like a full battalion of friends who had come to like see me off. जाओ बेटा चीता, तुम सरहद के पार जा रहे हो, लड़ने जा रहे हो. सबने बोला, आप मुंबई जा रही है ना, एक्टर बनेगी. अब बन गया, बताओ अब करना क्या है? इसके आगे बताओ करना क्या है? कुछ भी तो नहीं, अब तो बन गए. But when it happened to me, and I swear to God, I didn't feel it when I did Reddy, I didn't feel it when I did Sultan, I didn't feel it. It was only post Sacred Games when I felt it breaks you. It breaks you to do something that you've never done before, to be someone you've never been before, to feel something that you've never felt before. It is a very humbling process. And it's so incredible that I don't think I'm anywhere near done. And now the kind of opportunities that I'm receiving, the kind of stories that are being told, it is the most luminous time in our industry. And I know that we as human beings are always sitting with our foot waiting to press the accelerator button. I feel right now it's the time to cruise through this. And we will see change. We just have to be a little bit patient with ourselves. Give enough credit to our writers. Give enough credit to people who visualize things that are outside the box. And I feel we're in a great time. I'm extremely fortunate to be able to do this. And I think the sky's the limit. I mean, while doing this in the course of the last, I believe I've been in Mumbai for 13 years, but as an actor for 5 years, roughly, 5-6 years. That's been my career, guys. I'm cognizant of that. But in these 5 years, I was able to crack, via an audition, the biggest part that one could play as an antagonist in a science fiction show on Apple TV in the West. I said, Sahi track pe. Are you looking for signs? I found mine. So I'm going to continue following the signs. That's going to be version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Absolutely. Go for the skies. I know the audience would be having a few questions to ask of Kubbra. Maybe I could turn it over to you now. Any of you have any questions to ask?
So Litfest में कोई बात नहीं करता है, ऐसे सब सुनने आते हैं. Okay, nice. सब elite लोग. Nice.
पूछिए.
Because see, I'll tell you what, I come from the background where I've been a host, right? So I walk into a room and I'm like, hey guys, put your hands up in the air. And then they put. And you all don't. So could we have a loud round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Balaji Vittal? And then thank you so much, because this hospitality is amazing. I've never been to Kasauli before. And the reason why I was late is because my friend Rahul Bose lives 2 minutes up this road, and he's not even in town. But he requested me to go and see his father's house. And that's the reason why I stopped by at his father's house. And it's a beautiful home. I mean, blessed are people who live in this place. It's gorgeous. So congratulations for all of you for just living in this beautiful place. I mean, do any of you say stress hai? Because then I'll be really worried. Yeah. Either hai कि stress नहीं हो सकता भाई. एक चीज ये.
Stress एकदम नहीं है.
Yeah.
This is my third visit to Khushwant Singh Litfest. I am loving it. I've loved every minute of being here, and you all have been extremely hospitable.
Yeah,
I've loved this
thank you.
place.
And I'm really sorry I was late. Do we have any questions? Because I'm very happy to talk. There, it's done.
What time?
What? I'm telling you, I have great stories. I'll tell you. Any other questions? Cats?
Yes, madam.
So actually, what was your first thought when you heard about this role, playing a transgender in Sacred Games?
It wasn't about the transgender.
Okay.
At all, genuinely. Like, it did not matter. It did not matter. At that time, it was a character. At that time, it was opportunity. At that time, opportunity would bring me money. At that time, I mean, come on, people are... The number of people who tell you we'll give you exposure in Mumbai for free. But I did exposure and got paid for it. Guys, please. I'm in a very successful career.
Great. Thank you so much, Kubbra. Thank you, Balaji.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's been delightful.
Thanks for being
having
here.
you here. Okay, one last question.
Hi, Kubbra. I'm
Hi.
Kiri. Hi. Loved the entire interaction.
Thank you.
you so much. I do have that question which came up about your cat and you wearing those jeans or pants when you gave that book out. So what really, I mean, you're an actor. Why did you want to write this book? What inspired you? What made you, I mean, it's the inner child story you wanted to say, but what got you?
You know, I honestly, genuinely felt that I had too much time during the pandemic, like most of us did. Now, there's one thing you can do with your time. Let it haunt you, or you make use of it and get rid of the demons and the ghosts of the past. So I tried to look within, and I realized, boss, बहुत damaged goods लेके घूम रहा है भाई मैं. I'm taking a lot of pain inside me. This is not my baggage to carry. This is, when I was born, I didn't have any baggage. Now, this baggage was accumulated. I've been hoarding issues. I've been hoarding insecurities. I've been hoarding things that don't serve me. But how can I let them go if I don't acknowledge them? You know? I can't be walking around with a full glass and saying, यार कोई पानी नहीं पिला रहा है, कोई पानी नहीं पिला रहा है, कोई पानी नहीं पिला रहा है. पहले पी तो लो, खाली तो कर लो. And sometimes the truth is very hard. And the truth is extremely toxic and poisonous, but go through it. Once you've accepted your truth, I felt extremely free. And I think that's the person I was truly meant to be. Because when I was 13 years old and I was being bullied in school and I didn't have a voice to speak, I had a wonderful summer camp teacher. He's my godfather. He's my mentor. He taught me everything that I am today. His name is Ajit Uncle. Because I was 13 years old when I was extremely locked in and closed. But when I opened up through personality development programs, through esteem building programs. I was 13 years old. I didn't know how to spell esteem when I was 13 perhaps, right? When it opened me up, I realized that this is a lot of energy to deal with. Now I'm this happy person. I laugh because something's funny. I cry because something made me tear up. I wasn't afraid to deal with my emotions, but again, as these things built up through my adolescence, through living life, through working in different places, through abuse and abortion, to something, I had again locked in all of this, and I didn't realize that a part of me which was, now I know consciously I'm an open person, but subconsciously I'm very quiet and like locked up. That was the conversation and the debate I wanted. I wanted to be free inside out. And I think that was it. And ma'am, thank you so much for this question, because I truly believe if you choose not to judge yourself, there's no one in this world who has the right or even the ability or even the imagination to judge you. So please don't judge yourself for what you do. Thank you. Thank you for that question. Thank you.
And thank you for the very heartfelt answer.
Thank you.
Thank you both very much.
Guys, appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
And here's the book. This is Khubra's book.
That's the book. Thank you. It's available at the bookstore. I would really appreciate it if you pick a copy. I'll sign it for you. Ma'am, I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy, ma'am. I'll sign it for you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, all friends of the Khushwant Singh Lit Fest.